Clovis, New Mexico. Clovis is the county seat of Curry County, New Mexico, United States, with a population of 37,775 as of the 2010 census, and a 2014 estimated population of 39,860. Clovis is located in the New Mexico portion of the Llano Estacado, in the eastern part of the state. A largely agricultural community, closely bordering Texas, it is noted for its role in early rock music history and for nearby Cannon Air Force Base. After the discovery of several Clovis culture sites in eastern North America in the 1930s, the Clovis people came to be regarded as the first human inhabitants who created a widespread culture in the New World. Clovis people are considered to be the ancestors of most of the indigenous cultures of the Americas. The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway system helped to establish Clovis over 100 years ago, and for that railroad and its successor Bnsf Railway continues to be a major hub of operations. Also notable is the Southwest Cheese Company, the largest cheddar cheese producer in North America. It is the principal city of the Clovis Micropolitan Statistical Area, which is part of the larger Clovis-Portales CSA. The eastern New Mexico region was home to the prehistoric Clovis culture, an anthropologically significant group of early Native Americans. Several remains have been found at the Blackwater Draw site, which remains a historical and tourist site. Clovis began in 1906, when the Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe Railway was being constructed through the area and railway engineers were ordered to choose a town site. At first known as Riley's Switch, it was reportedly renamed Clovis by the station master's daughter, who was studying about Clovis, the first Catholic king of the Franks, at the time. The settlement built up quickly and in 1909 was incorporated. Clovis had first attracted human beings and then was able to persuade them to remain in this area over 12,000 years ago. The earliest residents are known as Clovis Man, named after an arrowhead or spear point found near present-day Clovis. These prehistoric people have been believed to have emigrated across the Bering Strait many years ago as they followed migrations of the now extinct mammoth, bison, and early forms of the camel and horse. Since the most recent Ice Age retreated north, these nomadic hunters known as the Clovis Man remained in the southwestern part of New Mexico and began to adapt for their survival. On August 24, 2008, 8 prisoners escaped from the Clovis jail by shimmying up plumbing pipes. The escape was highlighted on the television show America's Most Wanted. Clovis celebrated its centennial in 2009. The Clovis Library was the site of an August 2017 spree shooting in which 2 people were killed and 4 wounded. Clovis is located in southeastern Curry County at 34 degrees 2445 and 103 degrees 1217 W, 34.41250 degrees north, 103.20472 degrees west, 34.41250, minus 103.20472, 9 miles west of the Texas border. The city's geographic center is at an elevation of 4,281 feet above sea level. U.S. routes 60, 70, and 84 pass through the city. US 60 and 84 lead west 60 miles to Fort Sumner, while US 70 leads southwest 19 miles to Portales and 110 miles to Roswell. The 3 highways lead east together to the state line of Texaco, New Mexico, and Farwell, Texas. Cannon Air Force Base is 7 miles west of the center of Clovis. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 22.9 square miles, of which 22.7 square miles is land and 0.2 square miles, or 0.73%, is water from the several artificial ponds in Clovis' multiple public parks. As of the census of 2000, there were 32,667 people, 12,458 households, and 8,596 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,458.9 people per square mile. There were 14,269 housing units at an average density of 637.3 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 71.3% white, 7.32% black, 1.02% Native American, 1.62% Asian, 0.13% Pacific Islander, 14.98% from other races, and 3.63% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino were 33.44% of the population. There were 12,458 households, out of which 36.3% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 49.8% were married couples living together, 14.9% had a female householder with no husband present, and 31.0% were non-families. 26.8% of all households were made up of individuals and 10.3% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.57 and the average family size was 3.12. In the city, the population was 30.0% under the age of 18, 9.4% from 18 to 24, 28.1% from 25 to 44, 19.5% from 45 to 64, and 13.0% who were ages 65 or older. The median age was 33 years. For every 100 females, there were 92.5 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 88.1 males. The median income for a household in the city was $28,878, and the median income for a family was $33,622. Males had a median income of $26,586 versus $20,375 for females. The per capita income for the city was $15,561. About 17.2% of families and 21.0% of the population were below the poverty line, including 28.2% of those under age 18 and 14.6% of those age 65 or over. Clovis has a population of 39,860 since the year 2014, and since the year 2000 the population increased by 22%. The number of males and females in the Clovis population are very close in numbers. There are approximately 20,451 males and 19,409 females. Almost 47% of the population in Clovis is Anglo-Saxon, 42% is Hispanic, 7% is African American, 2.2% are two different races, and less than 2% is Asian. Cannon Air Force Base, which is located 10 miles west of the city, has increased the wide variety of people throughout the past several years. The population is spread throughout 22.9 square miles, which compared to other towns nearby, is rather large. The income for a household, as of 2015, was about $41,000 for the city of Clovis, but as for the state of New Mexico as a whole, it averaged around $45,382. Like most of east central New Mexico and West Texas, the surrounding area plays host to significant agriculture and ranching activities, including peanut and cotton farming and cattle ranching used for both meat and dairy production. Several processing plants exist for these products. In 2004, construction began on the Southwest Cheese Company plant between Clovis and Portales. The plant commenced operations in late 2005 and provided a small boost to the local economy by employing over 200 personnel. It is one of the largest plants of its type in the world, processing milk provided by the numerous local dairies in excess of 2.3 billion pounds of milk annually. The Bnsf Railway operates a division point and large freight classification yard on its southern transcon at Clovis, with a dispatcher's office here monitoring traffic over the Belen cutoff. This 235-mile rail corridor is one of the most heavily trafficked routes in the western United States, often with more than 100 mostly intermodal freight trains arriving and leaving Clovis daily. The Southwestern Railroad, formerly the AT&SF Pecos Valley Branch Line, connects to the BNSF here, shipping potash from mines near Carlsbad. The many railway systems helped to establish Clovis years ago, and for that railroad and its successor, which happens to be the Bnsf Railway, Clovis continues to be a major base of operations. Another thing that is notable in Clovis is the Southwest Cheese Company, or as the locals call it, the Southwest Cheese Plant, which happens to be the largest cheddar cheese producer in North America. Clovis is home to Cannon Air Force Base, Burlington Northern Railroad, the Southwest Cheese Plant, Cummins Natural Gas Engines, and many locally owned and operated businesses. This community also is surrounded by thousands of acres of farming, ranching, and dairy land. Agriculture is thus a mainstay of the local economy. Many high school students participate in FFA, where they learn about agriculture. Many local jobs depend on this sector of the economy. According to citydata.com, the 2016 cost of living index for Clovis was around 83.5, which is well below the national average. Clovis' location adjacent to Cannon Air Force Base, a special operations base, has had a large impact on the community. Clovis hosts a local organization, the Committee of 50, whose stated purpose is to lobby to keep Canon AFB open. It subsequently helped coordinate the successful campaign which resulted in the realignment of Canon to its new Special Ops mission. Clovis Municipal Airport provides a base for general aviation and daily service by boutique air to and from Dallas/Fort Worth International Airport. In addition to the agricultural, military and railroading sectors, music has contributed to the economy of Clovis almost since the city originated. Norman Petty Studio in Clovis is where several different artists have recorded. One of the most famous is Buddy Holly. Plains Regional Medical Center is the primary hospital serving Clovis. It is part of the Presbyterian Hospital System based in Albuquerque. Southwest, Spanish Mission, or Adobe architectural styles are prevalent, being considered representative of New Mexico. Much of Clovis architecture is indistinguishable from the group of styles prevalent throughout most small towns and suburbs since the 1930s. The Hotel Clovis, a local landmark, opened on October 20, 1931. The hotel was designed by architect Robert Merrill, combining an Art Deco exterior with Southwestern Indian interior. The elegant ballroom hosted such names as Louis Armstrong, Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, and Hank Williams, and the nearby train depot supplied the hotel with most of its business. The hotel closed shortly after the Santa Fe Railroad discontinued passenger train service to Clovis in 1971. The building is currently being renovated into affordable housing. As of January 2013, housing is being offered to the community on a first-come first-served basis, with some apartments being available now, and others on an as-finished basis. Downtown Clovis has 3 historic movie theaters, including the State Theater. The climate is relatively temperate with low humidity and high winds. Summers are warm with occasional extreme heat and winters are cool with frequent, extreme cold. Severe thunderstorms are often in the spring with rainstorms prevalent during summer evenings. Tornadoes are known to occur and Clovis is located on the southern edge of Tornado Alley. Several inches of snowfall frequently occur each winter, typically for several weeks in January to February, often resulting in minor flooding due to the non-existent runoff system. High winds are common due to the flat, open land and regularly gust well above 30 miles per hour and average 12 miles per hour. According to the Köppen climate classification system, Clovis has a semi-arid climate, abbreviated BSK on climate maps. Clovis is served by several public schools making up the Clovis Municipal Schools. For post-secondary education, there is one community college, Clovis Community College. Eastern New Mexico University is the nearest university, located 20 miles south in Portales. Clovis gave its name to Stone Age spear points that were found locally in 1929. Clovis points are the characteristically fluted projectile points associated with the North American Clovis culture. These artifacts date to the Paleo-Indian period, approximately 13,500 years ago. Performances including music and drama often take place at Clovis Community College, Eastern New Mexico University, and the Lyceum Auditorium, as well as at the Special Events Center, located adjacent to the county fairgrounds. The Clovis Music Festival is, locally, a high-profile event held annually at the beginning of September. The Clovis Civic Center hosts this and other entertainment events. The Special Events Center holds events such as rodeos, auctions, and concerts. The Clovis Carver Public Library is located downtown and provides many services. Many resources are available to the public such as books, study and research material, DVDs, access to computers and much more. The library also holds many public functions that are free to the public. These functions can include author readings, summer reading programs for children and adults, and holiday programs. There is also a mobile program that delivers books to patrons who are homebound. The Friends of the Library organization holds biannual used book sales to help raise money for library programs. The town achieved some local fame in the 1950s and 1960s when it was home to the Norman Petty Recording Studio, founded by musician Norman Petty, whose Norman Petty Trio topped charts with Mood Indigo and Almost Paradise in their lounge/pop style. Artists such as Buddy Holly, Buddy Knox, Jimmy Gilmer, and the Fireballs, and the String-Alongs had top charting hits recorded there. Artists including Waylon Jennings, Charlie Sugartime Phillips, Bobby Fuller and Roy Orbison cut their earliest recordings at the studio. From the late 50s to the late 60s, Petty had recordings on every major label in the USA and Canada. The city served as the principal filming location for the movie 2016 Hell or High Water, which began shooting in May 2015. 3 locations in the city were used as banks in the film: the local Suddenlink office at 1106 North Main Street, the Western Bank branch at 901 Pyle Street, and an unused, former bank at 2108 North Main Street. A local restaurant, Bill's Jumbo Burger at 2113 North Main Street, was also used in the movie. North Main Street was also used in the movie. North Main Street